Hello everybody, this is your boy, the Green Talents, coming at you with a season in or season over video. Hold on just a minute as I get to look at my tablet and hold on.
Number 94 and a little bit into number 93. Both those guys, Milton Williams and Josh Sweat, to me, passed that test with flying colors. And so now you're going into the
You're
offseason.
talking about the defense now.
You're getting Brandon Graham back for next year, and you know you have that veteran presence. You know you've got Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave, right? You've got some of those key pieces, but then to also have Josh Sweat, who earned that contract extension here this late this season. Then you get into Milton Williams, what he can be down the road. That just, again,
They right.
speaks to the strength that the Eagles have along the lines of scrimmage, certainly on the offensive side, but on the defensive side as well.
And you talk about that veteran presence. Of course, that's where Brandon Graham is such a huge contributor to this football team as well, is in the locker room. His presence and his personality is second to none when it comes to this football team, right? But when you think about preparing a football team for a postseason run, like we've been saying all day now, against the defending Super Bowl champions, it's guys like Brandon Graham that a team really relies on for experience. You know, Jason Kelsey was asked about how he's been preparing younger players to play all week. And he was referencing things that Chris Long and Malcolm Jenkins told him back in 2017 that he was passing on to younger players. So when
He
you
did get
lose a
4
presence
sacks in
like
this game,
Brandon
though. I
Graham,
can tell you that much. He did get 4
does
sacks
come
from
into
Tom
play when
Brady.
you are prepping such a young team for a postseason run. Taking away those key players, it is a bigger opportunity for guys like Jason Kelsey, Rodney McLeod to prepare the team moving
Goddard
into the
has 6
postseason
catches
without a
for
personality
90-some
like Brandon Graham.
yards
Yeah, I think the
with
big
no
thing is you
touchdown.
hope that this young team that they
Watkins,
learn
2
from
catches
today, right? They
for
learn
35
from this,
yards.
they move forward into the offseason with those lessons learned.
Carrigan got a
All
3
right, well,
total
we're gonna hear
tackles,
from Coach Sirianni
one
right
and a
now
half
on the
sack,
podium.
2 tackles for loss. And Barnett got 4 tackles, half sack, and a 1 quarterback hit.
We know that you
The
can't
coach is
make
speaking
mistakes
now.
like that in the playoffs against a really good football team, and we did. I don't want to say the moment got too big for him. I just think we made some mistakes. Coaching
Yeah, you're
always
right.
starts with me as a coach. There were some coaching mistakes, and there's going to be guys that are going to want some plays back out there. But I didn't feel and I didn't sense for a moment that the moment was too big for him. It was a great atmosphere here. But I never felt that out there. We just didn't make some plays, and we didn't coach good enough at the end of the day.
Mistakes were the coaching mistakes.
Well, again, anytime their defense is, or pardon me, they score 17 points early on, and the offense has 0 points. All right, you're not putting your guys in position to play. So
He's right.
Position to make plays. So. We had to do a better job of that. I thought the defensive game plan for Tampa was pretty good. With some of the run blitzes they had on, and there were some things that we would like to have some more runs early on. But you have to adjust to the way they're blitzing things off the edge, and some of the answers sometimes is a spit a lookout.
Hurts had
I think there's
23 or 43, 258 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. And Scott had 1 carry for 34 yards. The only touchdown he scored in that game, his run. And Smith had 4 catches for 60 yards.
We weren't good enough with our answers against some of the run blitzes.
Like I said, Goddard had 6 catches for 92 yards.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
No touchdown score, like I mentioned in the game earlier. I mentioned the video earlier.
Obviously, I need to go back and watch the tape. Again, we weren't as crisp as we needed to be on offense. I thought there were some good zone read things that he did, and read it pretty well.
Everybody comment on the video. This
This
is a live video. Like I'm doing one live to y'all, I'm doing one live here.
Like some of the early third downs weren't necessarily his fault of what happened. Again, I'll have to watch the tape through it. It's not going to be. It's not going to come out as
Hargrove
his
had
best
4
graded
tackles, 1
graded
sack.
game, and it's not going to come out as a lot of our guys' best graded games. So I'll have to watch the tape to get further answers for you. But again, just not a crisp game, and that always starts with me as the head coach, and then another quarterback. We're always going to take responsibility for that. It definitely hurts because the goal is never just to get to the playoffs. The goal is to get in and do some damage in there. And so that was everybody's mindset. We were confident coming in, and that was our mindset that we were going to do that. And whenever it doesn't go as planned and the season ends, in playoffs it's even harder because then it's just over, right? It's going to hurt. But I just think I've always appreciated about the football season that it's a journey, and you gotta appreciate the journey that you went through together as a football team, the meetings, the practices, the training camp, the training camp practices, the training camp up in New York against the Jets, just all the things that built us into the team the 2021 Eagles. And so you get sad because and you feel that it's sad because it's over, right? You're so happy that it happened and the journey happened and the relationships that were built.
Be a 31-15, like I said in one video that I did before this one.
Eagles is over, and that team will never be the same again, right? There'll be changes, right? It's very never does a team look exactly the same.
58 yards, 23 or 40, 23 or 43 incomplete.
And so you're sad because the journey's over, and hopefully.
Like I said, they had one. They had one touchdown on the run and one touchdown on passing.
Just the foundation. When I came in, when we stepped in here, the foundation was very solid to begin with, and we just continue to grow it. And so I'm grateful for that. And it'll just be hard that we're not game planning next week with our game plan and our offense and defensive game plans, and we're not meeting with the guys, and so that's what hurts, and that's what stings about it.
Did it take a while to get Devontae involved offensively? Was that something Tampa was doing, or if not, what went into that?
Well, early on, again, you always want to get your playmakers going as early as you can, but again, the defense dictates some of that, and the amount of plays we had dictates some of that. We really didn't have a good drive until was it our third or fourth drive, maybe our fourth drive, where it was a sustained drive. But no doubt, that's my job to get Devontae going earlier because he's a heck of a football player. And of course, we want to get him going. But there's different things that play into that. But I'll accept that. That starts with me, regardless of how the drives are going. But so definitely got to get him going earlier, and he wasn't a part of it early. There were some things called to him in the defense, early on. Defense forced the ball to go somewhere else. So you want to get them going, but you also don't want to force it to what they're doing.
What happened to John Rager's ball punt, and did you consider not putting him back?
John Rager, really?
The muff punt right there, the wind was messed with him a little bit earlier in the game. And it looked like he came up. Again, I'll have to look at the tape exactly what happened, and I'm going to the defense to try to help get that thing going. So I didn't have a chance to talk to Clay about it. Obviously, I saw it. It just looked like he misjudged it and came back. Sure, like whenever you have a mistake or something like that, that's a big mistake. You always are going to be like, hey, what's the next approach? Does Greg Ward go back there? Well, Greg Ward had back spasms and he was out, and so we would have explored that option. He got another opportunity to play, but
so that would happen to Greg Ward. Greg Ward had a back issue. Wow, I knew it was somebody in the offense that I wasn't seeing. I wonder what happened to Greg Ward. Wow.
I'm glad he made a play after that. Again, not happy with the one that happened after the play that he made, but it was more so about Greg being out.
Early, obviously, 2 possessions.
It's never good. You never want to be down those 2 possessions. But the way you built this offense, particularly,
how much stress
does that put on you to be in that situation?
I think it would create. I know what you're getting at there with, like, as far as being a run first team, it's hard to be down 17 points. But I think what you've seen from our offense the entire year is that we are an explosive offense, even though we're a run first offense. And so I didn't feel the stress until we went down, maybe 24. I felt like we could play, our game still, where we were mixing it, maybe passing it just a little bit more. But the explosive plays weren't there today. Again, anytime the explosive plays aren't there, I'm always going to put myself in that situation first. I'll have to see the numbers of what we were, but some of our explosive plays came on some, when we were down and they were playing a little bit softer. And so, but I didn't feel that press until we were down maybe 24-0. Again, we're all gonna say for today's game, he didn't play his best game, as we all know. But you don't take the body of work that he had for 17 weeks, and I know he didn't play in 2 games, so 15 weeks, and say you put everything on this game, right? And I know we're all judged on the last game that we played. I understand that. I fully get that. But I felt really, I felt like Jalen grew throughout the year. And he got better as a passer. He got better as a reading the defenses, getting the ball to the right place. He developed so much in his ability to extend plays, of not only making plays with his feet but also making plays downfield on the scramble. I know the one today. He scrambled through the interception. He had some other good scrambles that were good plays though as well. So I feel really good with what we have in place right here at the quarterback position. He played. I thought he had a great year, and he came a long way. And that's what I expect from Jalen, just because of the type of football character he has, the type of character he has, the toughness that he has, the love for football that he has. I can't say enough good things about Jalen the player, the person, and the player. And so I feel good about him. I know, again, this was the game that none of us are going to be satisfied with. Me, him, multiple guys on that football team. But I'm really pleased with how he came along this year and the leader he is on this football team.
Same here.
2 more guys. Did you also get a sense about being in the playoffs, the difference between falling behind early against a team like Buccaneers as opposed to maybe the Giants or Washington?
Yeah, you never want to start slow, regardless of who you're playing, because in this league anybody can beat you at any time. And but there's less margin of error in the playoffs. We that is something that we definitely talked about. That the assignment and the technique that happen. Those are important no matter what game. Game 1 through 17, the assignment technique's super important. But it becomes even more important, when the playoffs come. And so it's just the mistakes get amplified. You can't turn the ball over 3 times like we did today and beat a quarterback or a team, a quarterback like Tom Brady, or a team like the Tampa Bay Bucs, or a coach like Coach Arians, or a coach like Todd Bowles. You can't do that. And so those mistakes just get amplified as you get into this style of football.
Last one.
When this defense struggles, it typically struggles for the same reasons, opposing quarterback aside. Why do you think that is?
Well, again, I think that we definitely got better in as far as going through, challenging a little bit more, getting our rush home a little bit more, pressuring a little bit more. I think the defensive coaches made good adjustments as the year went on, so it wasn't the same. It may have been some quarterback completion percentages as the year went on, but it's not like it was against the same bullets that we were flying at him, at those quarterbacks. And so we definitely, Coach Gannon and I, we've talked through it, being where we were in completion percentage, that doesn't sit well with us. We played some good quarterbacks too, but again, it should never be that high. It's not our standard of what we want it to look like. But credit to Tom Brady, and he's seen everything that you could imagine, and he was on it today.
All right, thanks guys.
Thanks everybody.
All right, there you
Head
go.
Coach Nick Sirianni for the last time
Now.
post-game for the 2021s.
All right, now, so you heard what all Nick Sirianni had to say about the game, how we lost the game, all the mental errors that were made during the course of this football game that was being played. And so some of the stuff I don't have to speak on, you heard it from the horse's mouth himself. So, but I will say this. We had a great season. A lot of people thought that this Eagles team wasn't going to be where they are today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was some mental errors or mental mistakes early into the regular season that got us to where we are now, 9-8. We had the opportunity to be 10-7, or could have won more games. But like I said, you really can't speculate on what happened in the past, because that's past tense now. You're going to focus on what happened today, and that was the playoff game. The Eagles lost this football game 31-15. We lost by 3 scores. The mental mistakes were the turnovers, and that was the muff punt by Rager and the 2 picks thrown by Jalen Hurts. But he managed to rebound by getting 258 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. But all that is in that all that's in the rear view mirror now. So what I mean by rear view mirror, I mean that it's now in the past. The Eagles lost in the football game, and now it's past tense. So the defense did the best they could. Jonathan Gannon did what he could to get pressure on Tom Brady, but we managed to get 4 sacks in this football game. I mentioned the guys who had the sacks already, but with 4 sacks, I can tell you that much. Hargrove had 1 sack, I believe. Let me see. Ryan Kerrigan had a sack and a half, and the other half sack was by Milton, I believe. So that's 3, and I think the 4th sack was by another defensive end. I can't think of his name off the bat. But I do know that the Eagles did the best they could to win the football game. They tried, you know what I'm saying. But when you do mental errors, like what happened in the football game, the 3 turnovers, you're not gonna win games like that. Everybody knows in the NFL that's not how you win games. And the Eagles got off their focus around the football. And I said in recent videos that teams find ways to stifle the run. The New York Giants put the blueprint down for stopping the run. They did it. They put 6, 7, or 8 men in the box, but they left the middle of the. But they left maybe 1 linebacker and the other cornerbacks out in coverage, 1-on-1 man-to-man coverage. So what the Giants did in the past is what Tampa Bay did today. They stifled the run. We didn't run the ball much. We passed more because I already mentioned the passing. 25 passing. I mean 25 completions of 45 attempts, and so many passes missed. You know, for 258 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. So we did what we could. We did, and nothing more we could be said about it. I mean, we still gonna have our Hurts haters out there. There are some Hurts haters out there. Don't get me wrong. Like I said in the last 2 videos I made, this is a young football team. We're young. 80% of the football team were young. The other 20% were veterans. So this is actually considered a building block because we now got players in place, plus the 13 or 14 draft picks we're gonna have in this year coming draft. So all that plays a part in it. The draft is just what? February, March, April, May. The draft is actually 3 months away. The NFL season ends in February. So you gotta look at that. Who gonna be in the Super Bowl? We don't know for sure because there's some pretty good teams in the NFC that are top 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys is ranked number 4. They the 4th seed. The Rams is 2nd. The Rams is 3rd seed. Tampa Bay is the 2nd seed. The 1st seed is Green Bay. So I'm thinking Tampa Bay, since Tampa Bay is the lower seed, they're more likely to they're gonna stay in. So they're more likely to either play the Cowboys. No, the Cowboys game come on now. So it's gonna be between the Cowboys and the 49ers. If the 49ers win, the 49ers gonna play Green Bay. If Dallas Cowboys win, they're gonna play Tampa Bay. That's how it's set. It's always the lower seed versus the higher seed. And so you gotta look at all those opportunities. And who gonna be in the playoffs in the NFC? But the AFC is a question mark. So many good teams in the AFC is unthought of. So I'm not even gonna concentrate in the AFC. The NFC is what I'm focused on at this point. So, like I said, they did some good season. We started off rough. Some games we won versus the game we should have won versus the game that we lost. So there's so many ways, so many things to look at that. But thank God it wasn't no tie. One thing I hate is a tie game. To me, a tie means you lose. It's a losing game. It's a losing game if you don't have a winning record. That's how I take it. But if you have a losing record with a tie, then that tie considered a losing record. That's how I look at a tie. I'm then glad that Nick Sirianni this year didn't get no ties in the first year as head coach. So now the grades. Let's get the grades out. Offense gets a D. And why I give them a D is because there were some protection schemes that the offensive line didn't pick up. Jason Kelsey got two 10-yard penalties that set us back. You got the three turnovers, and then you got Hurts who threw the ball more than when he ran. So that's why I give it a D minus. Defense gets a C plus because they were able to get pressure on Tom Brady with 4 sacks, but they didn't get no interceptions in this game. I wish they had, but they didn't. But they got pressure on Tom Brady most of this game, but most of the pressure that they put Tom Brady under, Tom Brady completed balls. He didn't have that many incomplete passes that force I could think of. So that's why I give this defense a C plus. Special teams gets an F. And you know why they get an F? Because Rager dropped a muffed punt. A punt that he probably shouldn't even have touched in the first place. And I heard Nick Sirianni say something about that. The wind got into his face. I've always said, if you're facing the wind, let the ball go. Just let it go. Let it go past your head. I'd rather you let the ball go than suffer a muffed punt. That's what the F comes in at. And I mean, it's an F minus. I mean, F minus is below grade. That's below grade, below average. So, this off season, there's a lot of things to look at. They want to upgrade some players on offense, and I think they've done it already. But they need a major upgrade on defense. That's what the upgrade is going to pertain to. We need another defensive back opposite Flay. We need another safety because Rodney McCleon will not be back this year. He's old. The man, 33 years old, playing safety. He needs to go. We need we need a couple of young safeties in the backfield. We need a new cornerback. That for sure. Opposite Flay. We need a middle linebacker that can hold it down with when Taylor gets back. He'll be that weak side linebacker, and then you got T.J. Edwards who can play the strong side because he's big enough to handle the strong. We need a strong inside linebacker. If we get a middle linebacker, that'll be good. And now for the defensive line, Brandon Graham will be back, but he probably gonna want to spend time with some of the guys that we got now. There's a question mark in the contracts of Fletcher Cox, who didn't play well this year. I think he got more than 2 or 3 sacks this season because the defense that Jonathan Gannon presented, I guess, I believe Fletcher Cox probably didn't believe in the defensive scheme, or he got worn down over time. And this guy has a big time, $30+ million contract going into next season. Will the Eagles trade him, or will the Eagles rework a deal to a point where he's tradable to a team that can give us a 56 or 7 round pick for him? So his contract is going to be up in the air. Hargrove, I think Hargrove is okay. Hargrove might get a renewed deal because I think his contract is going to be a little bit expensive this offseason. The Eagles might redo his deal and get him more years. Josh Sweat didn't play this game there because I was told that he had an illness, so he didn't play. That's one of our defensive standards who didn't play today. So that's a big question mark in the Eagle front four. And for his offense, though, Jason Kelsey. Will Kelsey be back next year? That could be a question mark going into this season. Will he be back next year? We really don't know. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video on a high note. Or I can say that the Eagles hooked the football game 31-15. The stats are already mentioned earlier in this video. So, if you want to go back to the video, you can rewind and go back and listen to it because I have my tablet here. and my tablet was on, and it was playing. It was talking about Nick Sirianni and what he was talking about, but I was talking through the course of the video, talking about the stats of the quarterback, wide receiver, defensive end, yada yada yada. So if you want to listen to that, you go back and listen to it if you want to. That's your case, but I say what I need to say. But other than that, I'm not disappointed. Well, I am disappointed that we didn't go far than what we should. And we are, like I said, an inexperienced team went to the playoffs. That's saying a whole lot going into next season. And Jalen Hurts, I believe Hurts will be back next year because next year it could be a prove-it deal for him. See, this year was the evaluation, but next year it could be a prove-it deal because he could be paying under a 1-year contract because this is his third. This is his second. Hold on, this is his second season. So next year will be his third year, and it's more that could be a prove-it deal for him this year. If he performs. If he get over 335 to 3,400 yards passing next year with 30 touchdowns, like less than 10 picks, and he gets a Pro Bowl nod, the Eagles might go ahead and lock him up to a long-term contract. So it could depend on his development this offseason. And that's what I really can't wait to see, because when he was given the starting job, remember he only played 4 games last year, 2020. 2021, he had a full season to play, and the only game he missed is the game where he hurt his ankle, and he hurt his ankle the week before the bye week. You got to remember now, he hurt his ankle that week and didn't play, but the bye week gave him a chance to get his ankle a little bit healed, and he played the rest of the game up until that last game against the Dallas Cowboys. He didn't play, so the time he had off, he had to rest that left ankle to get himself ready for today's game that we lost. So I can't wait for Jalen Hurts to see what he does in the off season. I'm looking forward to reporting some good things that he has done all season. I'm looking forward to giving y'all some Eagle transactions this off season, seeing what's going to happen there. I know all my Eagles mates got a lot to say about the football game. I can't wait to go on YouTube and see what they all got to say. And I'm probably gonna be on one of their shows live. So I'm gonna display my displeasure about what happened today. But like I said, I ain't got nothing negative to say about the football team, and I never had, never will. So I'm happy. I'm happy with what I saw today. You know, I mean, the mental errors. That's something that's something that comes with inexperience. When you're inexperienced, you're gonna do mental errors that come with the territory. It comes with the territory. So, other than that, we had a good season. 2021-2022 season was a great year. The team had their ups and downs. Had their downs, more downs than they had up. When they finally became a number 1 rushing team in the NFL, the Eagles won a lot of games rushing the football. And there have been a couple of games that we could have had that we should have ran the football on to win the football game. And that was a game against the Dallas Cowboys, who we should have beaten with our backup team, and the game against the New York Giants. The first game against the New York Giants. We should have won that game there, and the last game against the Dallas Cowboys. But that's all rubbish right now. So it is what it is. But 2021 was a great year. To all my Eagle mates out there, all my YouTubers got out there, the ones who listen to my videos. I thank y'all very much for giving me the opportunity to share my content with you guys. Eagle content, whatever content that I make, I appreciate y'all guys for doing this for me. So now the season is over with. Y'all have a good season, have a good year, and have fun. Enjoy the rest of the playoffs, because I am gonna watch the playoffs as well. I might do some playoff videos as well. I think I'm gonna do one against the 49ers Dallas game. I'm praying, hope that the Dallas look in football game. So I'm gonna do a video on that, and that may be the only video that I'm probably gonna do. Like I said, I'm gonna stay focused most what's going on in the NFC. So I might do videos for the NFC wins and losses and do some reports there. But other than that, this is your boy, the Green Talents, coming at you with the Eagles. 31-15, we lost to Tampa Bay. We lost to the GOAT at Tampa Bay. Our first playoff game in over a year. So you guys out there, enjoy yourselves. Watch the playoffs. Enjoy the playoffs. The Super Bowl is coming. Too bad it won't be the Eagles. But a Super Bowl is coming between an NFC team and an AFC team. That's how it's been for years and years and years and years and years. So, y'all have fun out there. Enjoy yourselves. Eat and be pleasure. And eat, not pleasure, but eat and be merry. Peace.